Assembly elections are happening after a gap of 10 years in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. This is the first assembly election after the reading down of Article 370 and 35A in August 5, 2019, when the erstwhile state of J&K was downgraded into the two Union Territories of J&K and Ladakh as well. This is also the first assembly election after the delimitation exercise completed in 2022, in which the boundaries of assembly as well as the Lok Sabha constituencies were redrawn. The number of assembly seats after this exercise has increased to 90 from 83. Out of the 7 new constituencies, 6 are in Jammu division and 1 is in Kashmir division. This has narrowed the gap between the seats in the two divisions. Kashmir will now have 47 seats while Jammu will have 43. In the new 90-member assembly, 16 seats have been reserved, 9 for scheduled tribe and 7 for scheduled caste. And 13 of these 16 reserved seats are in the Jammu division. Following the Supreme Court of India's mandatory suggestion to conduct assembly elections in J&K before September 30, 2024, Election Commission of India announced the 3-phase assembly elections here on August 16, 2024. The first phase of elections is scheduled on September 18 in 24 constituencies, 16 of them in Kashmir and 8 in Jammu. In the second phase on September 25, 26 constituencies will go for vote, 15 of them in Kashmir and 11 in Jammu. In the last phase, on October 1, polling will take place on the largest chunk of 40 seats, including 24 in Jammu and 16 in Kashmir Valley. In this assembly elections, over 88 lakh voters across J&K, including 44.89 lakh males and 43.13 lakh females, are eligible to vote in the 3 phases at 11,838 polling stations. This is an important election for the ruling BJP, as the party strives to assert its positives and achievements following its decisions of August 5, 2019. However, the opposition India bloc and its regional allies are pointing at the failures of ruling dispensation. The India bloc members, Congress and the National Conference have entered into a pre-poll seat-sharing arrangement, in which the National Conference will fight on 51 seats, Congress on 32 seats, while there will be a friendly contest on 5 seats. Alliance has reserved 2 seats for the CPIM in Kashmir and Panthers Party in Jammu. The BJP led by Ravinder Rana, the People's Democratic Party led by Mehbooba Mufti, People's Conference of Sajat Lone, Apni Party of Altaf Bukhari and Democratic Progressive Azad Party of Ghulam Nabi Azad are fighting the elections alone. However, the NC and the Congress leaders have labelled most of these parties outside their alliance and several other independent candidates as proxies of New Delhi and BJP, who have been assigned the task to undermine the NC Congress coalition.
खास्ता उनको मौका मिला, वो इन लोगों के साथ हाथ मिलाएंगे, जिनमें मेरे खिलाफ जो यहाँ आजाद उम्मीदवार खड़े हैं, वो भी शामिल हैं, जिनमें ये अपनी पार्टी, उनका भी जिक्र वजीर दाखिला साहब ने नहीं किया, अपने पीपल्स कॉन्फ्रेंस, उस पे भी वजीर दाखिला साहब खामोश। यहां तक कि जो मैं शायद सोच रहा था कि कम से कम और कोई नहीं तो इंजीनियर रशीद साहब की पार्टी का भी जिक्र वजीर दाखिला साहब करेंगे, उस पार्टी पे भी वजीर दाखिला साहब खामोश रहे।
And these parties have retorted by accusing the NC of being the permanent proxy of the rulers in New Delhi for the last 70 years. Amid this blame game, all the parties have now released their manifestos, and except BJP, all of them promise to strive for restoration of Article 370 and 35A or a similar solution. They also promise restoration of statehood. BJP says that they have already promised the restoration of statehood on the floor of the parliament, and the Congress and other parties are raking up this issue because they lack any mission and the vision for J&K.
वो एक प्रकार से लोगों को गुमराह करने की है। मैं ऑलरेडी पार्लियामेंट के फ्लोर पर कह चुका हूं कि हम पूर्ण राज्य का दर्जा देंगे, हमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं है। अब मांग किस चीज की कर रहे हैं? जो मांग कर रहे हैं वो तो मैं मान चुका हूं पार्लियामेंट के फ्लोर पर, और मैं मानता हूं आप सभी को भी मालूम है, मगर आप डिमांड को छापते हैं, जवाब को नहीं दिखाते हैं। और उस वक्त भी कहा था कि चुनाव के बाद उचित समय पर हम पूर्ण राज्य का स्टेटस रिस्टोर करेंगे। अब उनको मांगने की ही जरूरत नहीं है, मगर और कुछ बचा नहीं है तो जो हो गया उसको मांगते हैं।
Omar Abdullah, who initially claimed that he won't fight the elections in a union territory setup, is now fighting from two constituencies and has promised to strive for the greater autonomy. Rahul Gandhi has promised restoration of statehood, is strategically silent on Article 370, but promises an end to the unemployment and inflation in the region. Gandhi vowed to end the dominance of pro-BJP and pro-RSS outsiders, and in this contest referred to the current Lieutenant Governor of J&K as the 21st century monarch.
स्टेट को बांटकर दो स्टेट बनाए गए, तेलंगाना बना, छत्तीसगढ़ बना, उत्तराखंड बना, अरुणाचल को स्टेट बनाया गया। मगर पहली बार हिंदुस्तान के किसी स्टेट को रद्द करके लोगों का जो हक है वो छीना गया। पहली बार हुआ है। 1947 में हमने राजाओं को हटाकर लोकतांत्रिक सरकार बनाई, हमने देश को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन दिया। आज जम्मू कश्मीर में राजा बैठा हुआ है, उसका नाम एलजी है मगर वो है राजा। और जो आपका धन है आपसे छीना जा रहा है, बाहर के लोगों को दिया जा रहा है, चाहे वो आपके कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स हो, सारा का सारा फायदा बाहर के लोगों को मिल रहा है और जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों से छीना जा रहा है।
Mehbooba Mufti of the PDP is not contesting this election, as she referred to the assembly in a UT setup as a weak assembly like a municipality.
मगर मैं वो वजीर आला रही हूँ जिसने बीजेपी की सरकार के साथ सरकार चलाई, 12,000 नौजवानों की FIR वापस लिए। क्या आज आप ऐसा कर सकते हो? मैंने एज ए चीफ मिनिस्टर मोदी के साथ सरकार बनाते हुए सेपरेटिस्ट को खत लिखा, दावत दी बातचीत की। क्या आप ऐसा कर सकते हो आज? मैंने सीज फायर करवाया, क्या आज आप कर सकते हो? मैंने पूरे मुल्क की लीडरशिप को लाया और हुर्रियत के दरवाजों पे गए वो कि आइए बताइए हमें क्या है। तो मैंने बहुत ही पावरफुल चीफ मिनिस्टर रही हूँ, मेरी असेंबली बहुत पावरफुल थी, हमारे पास रेजिड्यूरी पावर्स थे। तो आज खुदा ना खास्ता एक म्युनिसिपैलिटी का इन्होंने शक्ल दे दी हमारी असेंबली को कि आप कोई कानून पास नहीं कर सकते हैं, बकौले उमर साहब आप एक चपरासी की ट्रांसफर नहीं कर सकते। मैं तो कहती हूँ अगर मेरे पास कल कोई आएगा कि नौजवान बेगुनाह बंद है उसको छोड़ना है, जब मैं उस नौजवान को नहीं छोड़ सकती हूँ जिसने 12,000 नौजवानों को FIR वापस ली, अगर आज वो चीफ मिनिस्टर बन के एक FIR वापस नहीं ले सकती तो फिर क्या करना है इसी चीफ मिनिस्टर को?
However, her focus is on her daughter Iltija Mufti, who is fighting for the first time from her native Bijbehara constituency. The PDP in its manifesto promised to strive for the resolution of Kashmir issue and facilitate India-Pakistan dialogue. On the other hand, BJP's Amit Shah, while in Jammu, reiterated that Article 370 is a history and can never come back. Shah urged people to give Prime Minister Narendra Modi a chance for the next 5 years in J&K to ensure the region is among the most developed areas of the country in the coming years.
बड़ी दुख की बात है, विगत दिनों में एनसी का एजेंडा मैंने पढ़ा है और एनसी के एजेंडे को कांग्रेस का मौन समर्थन भी मैंने देखा है। मगर मैं आज आप सभी पत्रकार भाइयों के माध्यम से पूरे देश को स्पष्ट कर देना चाहता हूं, धारा 370 इतिहास बन चुकी है, वो कभी लौट कर नहीं आने सकती, हम आने भी नहीं। दोनों क्षेत्रों की जनता को करबद्ध निवेदन करना चाहता हूं, एक 5 साल मोदी जी को दे दीजिए, हमारी सरकार बनाइए। हम जम्मू कश्मीर को देश के सबसे विकसित प्रदेशों में शुमार करना चाहते हैं। वो हमारा मादा भी है, हिम्मत भी है, कार्य योजना भी है और हमारा पास्ट रिकॉर्ड भी है।
The election is also seeing the rise of new political stakeholders on the scene. Buoyed by the wind of jailed Lok Sabha member Engineer Rashid from Baramulla constituencies of northern Kashmir, his party Awami Ittihad Party is attracting people from cross sections of the society. Some politicians who were never given mandate in their respective parties are also joining Engineer Rashid. As Engineer won against former Chief Minister Omar Abdullah and former Minister Sajjad Loan in the recent Lok Sabha elections, he is now seen as a potential newcomer on the electoral map of the region. The decision of a select panel of banned socio-religious organization Jamaat-e-Islami, who now announced their willingness to participate in elections after a gap of over 35 years, is also touted as a big development in BJP's Naya Kashmir. This select panel of Jamaat-e-Islami has also announced its support to a few independent candidates. They claim to be in talks with Government of India for lifting of the ban imposed in February 2019 and upheld for another 5 years in 2024. They aim to convince New Delhi that they genuinely want to participate in a democratic exercise. However, there is no public response from Government of India till now. Overall, this assembly election, like the last Lok Sabha election, shall see a record turnout, as the people are unhappy with the ground situation and wary of a bureaucratic setup, which they say is alien and unsympathetic to the concerns of locals. They prefer a weak assembly over a bureaucratic alternative. The results on October 8 will tell us whether the existing political matrix will sustain, or a scenario of hung assembly will end up reinforcing the cliche that politics makes strange bedfellows. Hakeem Irfan Rashid for the Economic Times in Srinagar.